Hi, my name is V and I am the author of Memoirs of Forgotten Child. If you have been with me for the last daily vlog, you know that I am doing a daily vlog countdown until my book release February 14th, tomorrow, Sunday, also known as Valentine's Day. Yesterday I talked about how to get the conversation started regarding sexual abuse, and today I'll be talking about the experience of healing from sexual abuse. Now, healing is a case-by-case situation because everybody's process is different. You can't discount someone else's process for your process. You can't give a one package healing for all because everybody deals with it differently. But what I can say is once you do heal from it, it feels like a breath of fresh air. And I know that's so cliche, but it is true. You feel like your life can begin from where you were stuck. And once you have your healing and once you have conquered all the trauma, all the taboos, all the hurt, all the angst, every feeling of negativity that came from the trauma, there's a new image that you have of yourself. There's a new potential. There's a new purpose that you had. And it comes with confidence. You no longer see yourself as the hurt person or the shy person or the angry person, depending on how you acted because of the trauma. You just feel different, you act different. There's a different standard that you have for yourself. There's a different love that you have for yourself. You carry yourself differently. And this is from personal experience. I've seen also with other people how they transform. And of course, it's not like the trauma happens, you get healed, and then you just go on your merry way and everything is fine. And it's like putting a band-aid over something and then you just go on. It's not that. Of course, you don't ever forget, but you find peace within yourself where you're not traumatized by it, where you don't feel the need to cry, or you don't feel the need to distance yourself from it or deny that it happened. You don't feel the need to feel disgusted by yourself or angry. You just make peace with it. And making peace with it is not necessarily that you have forgiven the person in the sense of you have given them a pass or you're making an excuse for the person. It's more like you're so beyond what has happened. You won't allow that person to have any power over you. You won't allow the person to manipulate you or have the power to change your self-view. You have taken the reign on your life and said, you're going to continue your life. You're going to be the best that you can be. And you're not going to allow that person, life, trauma, or anything hold you back. And once you realize that, like I said, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like beginning a new chapter where you just realize things. Life becomes more clearer. You become more holistic. You become more confident. You want more in life. It's like having no peripheral views and all of a sudden you can see 360. And it's like, wow, I never saw the other side of things. I never saw the sky, the landscape, and everything else in between. When you have that narrow view of just being traumatized, of just being a victim, just being within that trauma, you don't realize that life continues. Life still goes on. And you can be on the train where life is going on, or you could be off it. But it's healthier and it's better, it's more fulfilling to be on the train that is going. Life is going. Be a part of life. And to start healing, it's not like a checklist. It's not a one size fit all. But you can start with acknowledging that it happened, letting yourself feel what it was to feel, because with a lot of survivors who aren't necessarily healed from their traumatic situation, they never allow themselves to feel. They've never allowed themselves to cry. They never allow themselves to be vulnerable. And it's okay. Having that wall of it doesn't matter, it was way back then, and that hard exterior doesn't make the trauma less traumatic. And that's the situation that you have to deal with for you to move on, because you have to acknowledge that what had happened hurt. And from that hurt came X, Y, and Z. Once you acknowledge that it hurt and how it felt, then you can move on. Some people in the healing process, they confront their perpetrator, they confront their abuser. To heal, you don't necessarily need to confront the abuser. You don't necessarily have to confront the person who's done you wrong. In some cases, people do. If you want to do that, I would never tell you not to. But that is something that I would suggest, to have support and to have people who know your situation to back you up, because going into something like that, it may be a situation where the person totally denies. And then you're upset because you know, they know, but they're going to act like they don't know. Some people, they actually generally feel bad for what they have done. And some people, they may just feel like, I don't care. And are you prepared for those certain situations? Some people choose not to confront the person who has done them wrong because they may not really know the person. They don't know where the person's at. Or it's not even about the person, it's really about them, and it's really about them moving on with their lives. So it really doesn't have to do with the perpetrator who inflicted this harm. It's more like the standstill where they are. It's more of the hurt that they haven't acknowledged. It's more of the denial of the pain. For different people, it's different ways of dealing with it. But what I can say, dealing with it is totally different and a whole much more satisfying than acting like it didn't happen or being in coping mode, finding coping mechanism that won't work because it's like a band-aid on a wound. You have a bullet hole, but you put a band-aid on it, it's never going to heal because that's not the proper measure of dealing with a bullet wound. And healing and actually getting to the source would be taking out that bullet, which is the trauma. But before you even take out the bullet, you have to locate where it is, how to get it out, and what are the safest and the most efficient manner of taking that bullet out. And once you are able to get the bullet and take it out, then comes the patching and the stitching and all that stuff. And it's the same way with trauma. You just can't just delve in it. It's steps and it's baby steps. Some people, it takes a month. Some people, it takes some years. Some people may take them decades. But the sooner you can deal with your trauma, the sooner you can get to healing, and the sooner you can get to living a more fulfilled, happy, and satisfied life. So that is today's daily vlog. Hopefully it helps you or someone you know. Like I said, I am doing a daily vlog countdown until my book release tomorrow, Sunday, February 14th, also known as Valentine's Day. Hopefully you can support the book and it gives you insight on trauma, especially if you haven't dealt with yours or someone that you know who hasn't dealt with theirs, and this book could help them and motivate them. All the information on purchasing will be in this video. And like always, be blessed and see you on the next.